The story begins in the northwestern region of the Clay Kingdom, where our protagonist, Noor, is preparing medicine for his dying mother. She drinks the medicine and expresses her gratitude for his constant care. But Noor then tells her that he will go feed the sheep and promises not to venture outside the barrier. He also mentions bringing back some fruits and rabbit meat for soup. However, his mother starts coughing and a worried Noor goes to boil water for her, but she stops him. She then wipes his dirty face and apologizes for not being able to give him more, telling him that he at least deserves to choose how he lives his life. The scene then shifts to Noor making soup at night with the rabbit meat and fruits he gathered. But when he takes it to his mother, he tries to wake her up and she doesn't respond. Devastated, he realizes that she has been sent to meet his father. So the next day, Noor makes a grave for his mother next to his father's and mourns in silence. After this traumatic event, Noor spends his days catching prey, caring for his cattle, organizing his home, and reading books. Each day is filled with these tasks, and he feels lonely when he isn't working. One day, he finds an old book in his house and remembers that his father used to read it to him when he was a child. His father would tell him tales of adventurers who could lift curses from forests, study magic to become powerful magicians, band together to defeat colossal monsters, and secure all-curing elixirs from the Spirit King. These stories have fascinated Noor, and he would constantly pester his father for more. Back in the present, Noor recalls his mother's words about choosing his own path, so he decides he wants to become an adventurer. The next day, he lays out a large amount of feed for his cattle and says his farewells to his parents' graves before setting off on his first journey to the city to become an adventurer. Hesitantly, he leaves the barrier around his home and after days of solitary travel, reaches the city. Entering the city, he asks the gate guards for directions to the guild, and they point him in the right direction. Inside the city, Noor is awestruck by the unfamiliar sights and is excited by everything he sees. He then goes to the Adventurers Guild, where the guild master tries to dismiss him, saying it's no place for kids. However, Noor explains that the gatekeeper sent him there to become an adventurer and mentions that both his parents are 5 feet under. When asked for his name, he introduces himself and the guild master tells him he should start at the training school if he wants to be an adventurer, but warns he might have trouble fitting in due to his age. Clueless about what a training school is, Noor asks for an explanation. The guildmaster tells him that everyone aspiring to join the royal capital's Adventurers Guild must choose a training school, pick an adventurer class, and train. He also mentions that Noor will need to learn useful skills like sword techniques and magic. This excites Noor, and the scene cuts to him at a swordsman training school. He dreams of becoming a hero who can slay a mountain-sized dragon with a single strike and trains diligently in swordsmanship, watching enviously as other students start to awaken their sword skills one by one. Several months later, everyone in the training schools has managed to learn some skills, but Noor has not made much progress. Despite his persistent training, his instructor tells him to stop, stating that he is wasting his time as a talentless bum. Seeing that Noor has only learned to parry, his instructor advises him to try another path, suggesting that other training schools might better suit him. Noor then enrolls in the warrior school, thinking it would be cool to stand on the front lines and protect his allies. However, after several months of grueling training, he also makes no progress. His instructor tells him to quit as he has only managed to learn a bit of physical enhancement. Fearing injury if he continues, Noor leaves and tries the hunter training school next. He fails there as well, with the instructor telling him he is not cut out to handle delicate tools like bows. Determined, Noor attempts the magician training school, but after extensive training, he can only cast a small flame that might struggle to light a candle. He then tries the thieves training school, but even after training there for a while, he can't get the hang of disarming traps, picking locks, or detecting presences. Lastly, he tries the cleric training school, but has no luck there either. After months of training, he only managed to learn the spell Low Heal, which is barely capable of treating scrapes. Disheartened, Noor returns to the guild, where the guild master is surprised to learn that Noor hasn't learned much despite months of training. The guild master tells him he doesn't have what it takes to be an adventurer. Feeling like a talentless loser, Noor leaves the city in disappointment. Back in his house, he tells his parents' graves that he has no talent for adventuring but refuses to give up. He decides to try harder than anyone else and crafts himself a wooden sword. Recalling his sword instructor's words, Noor focuses on honing his parry skill. He states that he will spend his days and nights perfecting this one skill and begins training intensely. A year passes and Noor can now deflect 10 swords at once with his parry skill. Although he hasn't developed any new skills, he feels he is making progress. 3 more years pass and Noor has trained his parry skill to deflect 100 swords at once. Despite still not developing a new skill, he remains undeterred and continues his relentless training. He trains so hard that he even breaks his sword, healing his scratches with his Low Heal spell. 10 more years go by and Noor can now parry 1,000 swords at once. He hasn't missed a single day of training in the last 14 years, and he hasn't learned a single new skill. Determined, Noor decides to return to the city. The scene then cuts to Noor at the Adventurers Guild, where the staff checks his skills and finds that he has Parry, Physical Enhancement, Stone Throw, Feather Step, Tiny Flame, and Low Heal. Upon seeing Noor's skills, the receptionist questions if he truly wants to register with such unimpressive abilities. She explains the training school system and how it can enhance his skill set, but Noor mentions he's already trained under all of them. This puts the receptionist in an awkward position, and Noor realizes he won't be able to join the guild. He soon wonders if there's any way for him to become an adventurer. But at that moment, the guild master arrives and has a hard time recognizing the grown-up Noor, but eventually does. Noor explains what he's been doing all these years, and the guild master is shocked that despite all his training, Noor has only managed to improve his parry skill slightly. The guild master then explains that adventurers are ranked from S to E, with E being the lowest rank. To register as an E-ranked adventurer, one needs at least one useful skill, which Noor lacks. Noor starts to lose hope and thinks about giving up on his dream, but the guild master mentions there's a lesser-known rank below E, F rank. Noor is excited to learn that he can join the guild as an F-ranked adventurer. So the guild master explains the conditions, telling him that he won't be able to take on hunting or gathering jobs outside the city and can only do odd jobs within the city's borders. This rank was created for beggars to help them earn a living. But despite the limitations, Noor insists on joining as an F-ranked adventurer. Surprised, the guild master registers him, and Noor is thrilled to receive his adventurer card. Noor begins taking on odd jobs around the city, completing them one by one using his limited skills. He also continues his sword training and helps people throughout the city. One evening, while sitting by a fire, he reflects on achieving his dream of becoming an adventurer who helps others. He knows that wishing for more with his skill set would be impossible, but he remains content with his progress. One day, Noor helps an old woman clean her drains and later continues to work at a construction site before soon noticing a light shining in a cave. Hearing cries for help, he rushes to the cave and finds a minotaur about to demolish a girl. Some knights can be seen protecting her, but they are no match for the gigantic monster. To save the girl, Noor distracts the minotaur using his rock throw skill, and the monster chases Noor, attacking him repeatedly, but Noor parries each blow. As his sword takes damage, Noor realizes he needs to find an opening, but he knows he can't defeat the minotaur without an offensive skill. The minotaur tries to attack the girl again, but Noor uses Feather Step and Parry to protect her, destroying his sword in the process. Determined to protect the girl, Noor recalls his father's words about what it means to be an adventurer. This time, when the minotaur attacks Noor again, he parries its strike, causing the minotaur's axe to slip from its hand and behead the monster. Exhausted, Noor realizes he would have died if the fight had continued any longer, and the girl thanks him for saving her life, asking for his name. However, he humbly replies that he isn't worth remembering and leaves like a Chad. Not long after, some knights arrive to rescue the girl, and Noor returns to town, reflecting on his near-death experience and realizing that he needs to train even harder. This then concludes the first episode's recap of this anime. If you enjoyed this video and want more of it, go ahead and hit that like button down below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you everyone for helping us in reaching 5,000 subscribers. Let's continue to grow this community and help us reach a new goal of 10,000 subscribers.